How's it going, ladies and bruisers? I'm Sixkilla, welcome back to Sekimeiya. I don't know what's happening anymore, frankly. We're Mia now, as you may be aware. What that means in the long run, I don't know, but I guess something. I mean, we've died already, right? We've been found dead, I think. Let's carry on. There's still no blood here. And this door. Dismissing the elevator, I stepped up. Then I ran across the floor, releasing all my built-up energy. As soon as I reached the next staircase, I did the same. So that nothing would fall out, I held my purse tightly and continued running, planning on reaching the highest place in the building. I didn't slow down, knowing that if I did, my exhaustion would catch up with me. I ran up the fourth staircase and dashed in a straight line. Whoa! Atsuki? I stopped abruptly and almost fell down. If Atsuki was there, did that mean I'd been right? What happened? I had to pant hoarsely before I could speak again. Meanwhile, I thought of the question I wanted to ask, realizing he hadn't found my presence strange. This might sound strange, but what's the last place where you saw me? The last place? That's what I was going to say. I saw you weren't sleeping anymore, so I was walking down to see if I could find where you'd gone. Then you were above me, in the bedroom. Oh yeah, sorry, was I noisy? I just climbed down the ladder and saw you weren't there anymore. I couldn't believe it was him. The Atsuki I'd been with the whole day. Over on the crystal floor there was another Atsuki. One who had said I couldn't be there. Anyway, what were you in a rush for? And that question? No, I was just going back up. I didn't realise you're in the attic too. Oh. Do you want to go up then? Yes, we can stay there. Did you see anyone? They were all still waiting when I went to the attic. I didn't. I see. It should already be pretty late, but you still have the cabinet key, right? Yeah. We walked up, but my heart hadn't slowed down yet. What kind of mess were we in? No matter the answer, the right call was ignoring it and trying to make the time pass without complications. And yet, I couldn't get the words out of my head. According to the people on the crystal floor, I should have been dead. What's happening? Oh crap, we've got both Atsukis here. Suddenly a head appeared from around the partition's corridor. When we looked at each other, the three of us froze, everyone equally shocked. What the fuck? It was Atsuki, a body identical to him with his face and clothes, who had been waiting by the door into the partitions. He looked at himself speechless and without moving an inch. Hey, answer me, you really were here. Are you really me? What the fuck is going on? For him it must have been a surreal shock, but I looked at that bizarre scene with just as much confusion. Were there three versions of Atsuki in the building at once? Finally, the person in front of us spoke. I didn't think you'd be here. What? What does that mean? You're me, right? I am. What the fuck is happening then? I thought it was impossible that we'd see each other. Was that wrong? In a way, yeah. What the fuck? Tell me then, what's going on? How the fuck can you even exist? Well, I had no idea of how to interpret the scene. It was clear that the Atsuki we'd bumped into had a higher understanding of what was happening. Didn't seem like he'd found my existence strange either. I'm sorry, I'm not sure how to answer that question. What? I know exactly how you feel, I promise. I will tell you one thing though. Since we've already met, you shouldn't worry about anything. I shouldn't worry? There's no way you're actually me, right? I am, I promise, it'll all be fine. What? How can you tell? And how would that even be possible? I know how it sounds, but I genuinely don't have time to explain, and I'm not sure that I could. What does that even mean? Look, we're the same person, just trust me, or yourself on this. Sincerely, everything should turn out fine. Those words almost broke the person at my side. He'd been told by himself that there was nothing to fear. You believe me, right? Like I said, I don't have much time. Emotional, Atsuki nodded. But that can't be the case. Shiroya died again. Again? What do you mean? Do you not know that? She was killed here, and her body disappeared from the lobby. The other Atsuki looked confused and deep and thought I was Shiroya who died. Sorry. You should believe what I say. I still don't fully understand how that works. You have to trust me. You can't explain it? There's no way you're actually telling the truth, right? I am. While I can't be fully confident about what I'm saying, I'll just ask you to believe me. Okay. Good. I suppose there's one thing you could do then. What? Wait here a second. He disappeared from where he'd come from after giving me an intense gaze. I was right next to him. but I felt more distant than ever before. Was that a future vision of you? I have no idea. Then, is that true? Will Shiroi be alright? I don't know. I thought I'd try to use the Sekimeiya a bit later, to go a few hours to the past. That wouldn't be enough, but if I managed to keep doing that, that's the only idea I had, but I didn't even know the Sekimeiya would work again. I see. Whoever that was, we have to put all our faith in him. Yeah. He soon came back running. Between his hands was the Sekimeiya. It seemed like it might have teleported to the attic that time. Huh? Take this, but don't touch it. Atsuki handed himself the Sekimeiya and received it, hiding his hands under his sleeves. You two should hurry back down. On the second floor, enter the partition, leave the Sekimeiya on the floor and wait there. On the second floor? Yes, from there, if anyone passes by you, you should hear them. If you hear the elevator 4 times, you can go back down and place the Sekimeiya in its cabinet. Make sure that it isn't activated again. However, it's possible that the first time, instead of hearing the elevator, you'll hear someone running out. If that happens, once you hear the elevator 2 times, you can go down and place the Sekimeiya in the cabinet. Okay, and after that, you're saying everything will be fine, right? Yes, wait patiently with everyone on the crystal floor and make sure to get to safety. I pray with you for what will happen after that. Alright. Atsuki turned around and ran back, putting all his faith in himself. As he did, the second Atsuki pierced me with his eyes. Goodbye, Mia. In front of me, I saw a look that I'd seen before that day. However, he quickly turned it from me, glancing downward. Goodbye. Almost in a curious manner, I responded with only one word. Then, I turned around and started sprinting. Atsuki and I ran all the way down until we reached the second floor. Out of breath, he held the door to the partitions open, and we entered the second one. He placed the Sekimeiya on the floor as instructed and stepped away from it. There's no way this can work. Whatever's about to happen. Why not? You didn't know she had died again. I had the idea that she could be saved by going to the past and hiding her since she wasn't found, but doesn't this mean that she'll end up here and be killed? Well, whoever that Atsuki was, he knew more than we do. And when you told him that we'd found her dead, he still said it would be fine. It's true. Her body disappeared from the lobby even though we still remember it. Maybe that's what indicates that the past will be changed and she doesn't die here either. Would it work like this? It might. The proof that she's dead doesn't exist anymore. He can't just be a future self of mine. That wouldn't make any sense. The way he came to exist might be how he'll try to save Shiroi, but I have no idea what it could be. I heard a faint, deep sound. It's the elevator, right? This is the first time. Yeah, he said that he didn't have much time, and he was right in saying that the elevator would be used. So we have to hear it 3 more times until we can leave. The second time came immediately. Oh, it went through twice because it was cooled and then used. Where should the elevator have been? It was in the attic the last time I checked. From the time I went there. If that was still the case, someone just went up. That must be it. That's what he said. That either the elevator would be heard twice, or that someone would run up. So he knew someone would go to the attic, but not how. And at some point it will happen again. You're supposed to hear the elevator 2 more times. That means it'll end up at the attic again. If you're saying that wasn't a future version of you, how is it possible you knew all this? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense, does it? The flow of time wouldn't work like that. It's impossible. Also, you told us to wait safely and get out of the tower. There's no way I'll be able to use the Sekimeiya once we're outside. And that still wouldn't make any sense. Nothing does. He's right. But she's on the crystal floor alongside a third Atsuki. It can't be that the world has changed. So that she never died though, since that Atsuki was surprised to see her too. One of them was probably who went up to the attic, but what will come out of this? Will different versions of us remain? Atsuki didn't make it sound like that. I should have been dead, why? I should have been dead, Atsuki was right. I should be, but I'm not. It can't be that they were talking about that, can it? The answer had to revolve around the Sekimeiya's disappearance. Maybe, whenever that occurred, the changes made were applied to the world. It had teleported to the attic, so if nothing else happened, the state of the world would stay as it was. But there were so many things to iron out. 3 Atsukis existed at once. She had appeared out of nowhere in front of one of them. Not all the disappeared corpses had reappeared alive. Was everything really going to resolve itself if we buried our heads in the sand until we could leave the building? And the Sekimeiya was in the attic. Did it teleport there? Or did he unlock the cabinet with a key of his own? I don't know, but I still have the keys. I should probably leave them somewhere before we get out. Did we lock the cabinet last time? Oh, you're right. I said I'd go to the attic and we never locked it. So he just brought it up. In fact, the Sekimeiya had moved twice before. Edina and I had found it in the cabinet in room B4, next to Naomi's moved body. In the future, it had been in one of the lockers. And it hadn't been Naomi's. We'd never seen which one was Katai's, so it might have been his. It was all tied together. When I found the Sekimeiya in the staff room, there had been blood in the hallways. When Atsuki had seen that I was no longer sleeping, no yells had come from the opposite bedroom. But there was no way to make sense of it. Had the blood in the hallways disappeared at the same time as the Sekimeiya? Even so, it was all far too volatile, and I didn't know what had happened while I'd been asleep. A very important question came to mind. In the bedroom, did you turn on the light? Oh yeah, sorry. I didn't know you were there. I mean later, when you were already above. No, I didn't. I'm confused by what you mean. I walked down and it seemed like you weren't there because I couldn't hear you. I did turn on the light to confirm it, but you were already gone. Is that what you mean? Yeah, sorry, I thought someone might have turned them on after you came. I don't know, I didn't hear anything. I see. What the hell then? I don't even know if turning off the light in the upper bedroom would have turned it off where I was anyway. This doesn't make any sense. I sat on one of the chairs. I couldn't be too frustrated. The outcome had already been guaranteed. We'd soon make it out, and she was probably going to magically revive. Oh fuck. I should leave the keys somewhere before we get out, because they'll look at my purse. And there was one more thing they couldn't be found. It was fine, I'll just have to flush it down the toilet or something. I realised the contents of my purse could be seen from where it was on the floor, so I slowly moved it aside. What is she hiding in there? It was Shiroya who was hiding it just before. Wait, it's not here? I said to my purse, baffled, and I grabbed it and took the keys out. Yeah, I'll leave these somewhere. I'd rather not be asked about why I had them. I'm sure it'd be fine anyway. It wasn't there. In my purse were the keyring, the tickets we bought for the event, and our identification, and our keys. Was it really taken while I was asleep? There's no way. Wait, no. I bet I know what happened. It disappeared, that's it. At some point it must have disappeared from my purse, and from this world. That's what's been happening. As Atsuki said, in this world there's no remaining proof that she's dead. There was nothing else to care about. Knowing that, calmly waiting felt much more doable than before. I remained sitting on the chair, unable to hear anything beyond Atsuki's breathing. It was many minutes later when we heard the elevator for the third time. There it is! Let's see if we hear it again immediately. We did. Just a minute later, the fourth came. Alright, let's go. Hopefully no one sees us. I opened the door, and Atsuki crouched to grab the Sekimeiya. How the fuck can it be this hot? It hurts to even get my fingers close to it. We heard an unexpected sound. Oh, what? We both listened more intently, and I could tell that we were hearing footsteps coming from the staircase leading down. Wait, it should be fine, right? What the fuck? What are you doing here? Sai saw me through the glass. Next to him was Akito, even though his running hadn't been heard from the inside. Atsuki, come here. I fucking see the Sekimeiya. What did you do? You didn't stop on this floor, right? Huh? Don't be stupid, he has the Sekimeiya. He probably used it. You mean that I just took the elevator? Holy shit, man. Will this attitude stop? Why were you waiting here? You knew we'd go up, right? Was your idea to make us chase you and then touch the Sekimeiya and wait here to sneak back down? I didn't do any of that. You probably understood it. Another version of Atsuki just used the elevator. That was why Sai was accusing him of having touched the Sekimeiya. However, while he probably thought it had been the version he'd spoken with, he was unaware of the other one who'd been on the crystal floor. What now then? What were you planning to do with that Sekimeiya? As I thought, you're also in on this plan, right? Me? I don't even know what you're talking about. Even though fainter, we perceived the same sound. The elevator had just been used. It was the elevator, and I bet I know who that is. Oh. Atsuki looked a little uncertain. There'd be no mention of a fifth elevator sound. Who? The girl who I bet was supposed to meet with you two right now. After you made it down from here with the Sekimeiya. It's unfortunate you were too incompetent to handle such a simple plan. What? I'm being serious, I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. What girl? I'm not sure what the idea behind this is, really. Are you actually able to open the storeroom door? Answer me, what girl? What even was her name, Akito? Shiroya, right? Sixth time came. The elevator passed through our floor as Atsuki's eyes widened. He understood it immediately. She was already present. Oh fuck. She realized you hadn't come back and went back up. Sai sprinted toward the third floor. Wait, stop. Akuto, go down and wait in front of the storeroom. It could be seen empty. Akuto looked hesitant for a moment, but he followed Sai's order. In an instant, Atsuki and I were alone. What the hell? What do we do? We should put the Sekimeiya in the cabinet and stay on the crystal floor. That's what we were told. Alright. We ran behind Akuto. I looked down and saw that there was still no blood on the floor or the staircase. What? On the floor, below the elevator panel, there was a folded piece of paper. Atsuki and Akuto were ahead of me, so they didn't see me grabbing it and putting it in my purse. Did it not disappear after all? It's that poem, right? Or that story. The story, sorry, that Atsuki wrote. About the couple that have been stuck in the time infinite room for 100 years. That's what it is. That's what she's been keeping in her purse. Akuto was in the storeroom, but I just ran behind Atsuki, completely lost for words. How the hell had he made it there? The event room was empty. I opened the unlocked empty cabinet and Atsuki left the Sekimeiya inside. That time, he didn't forget to lock it. We left the Sekimeiya in the cabinet. We promise we don't know what you're talking about. Why did Sai say that it was Shiroya who'd taken the elevator? That's the girl who died. So you remember now? Did I not? Of course I do. She was in the elevator and then disappeared from the lobby. That's right, but she was here just minutes ago and said she was going to the attic. That's why Sai believes this is your doing. How many minutes ago? I don't know, quite a few. And you were here with the editor who disappeared. The editor who died? Yeah, she said her clothes. She had her clothes caked with dried blood. You two took the elevator up just now. That meant that the person who'd used the elevator the first time had been her, but the second time it had been Atsuki and Edina. I'd met that version of Edina as well, and neither she nor Atsuki were the people we'd been with since the morning. It wasn't me, I'm being serious. He's right, we've been in the attic all this time, and haven't seen anyone. It's not easy to believe, you were hiding in the partitions with the Sekimeiya. It wasn't us who brought the Sekimeiya up, we found it in the attic. We also went hiding in the partitions, we were searching them before coming back down. I don't know. I can't just assume you're lying after all that's happened. Where are the others? Well, Katai should be in the security room. I saw Edina and Isla hadn't left the crystal room they were in. While Atsuki opened the door to the security room, I looked at the lobby. Naomi's corpse had returned there, and along with the policeman, they were lying on the floor in solitude. The wound on Naomi's head had stopped bleeding, so the pool below it had reached its limit. The status of the room had gone back to normal after having changed continuously. Was that the version of the outside world we'd see? I looked to my right and saw Katai lying back in his chair, in front of all the powered-off screens. Oh, it's you two. It's been a while. Yeah, we just came back from the attic. He wasn't dead below his desk, and it was clear that he'd failed to fix the computer. How's it going? I stopped a while ago. I have no idea what the issue is, so I'll need other people to look into it. I see. When we opened the door in front, we saw the last two people. Isla was not lying face up inside a dark cabinet, but instead ogling one of the uncovered glass displays. Hello. Edina stood up after seeing the two of us. There was no blood on her clothes, and she seemed pretty tired. Like everybody's fine, except Naomi and the policeman, of course. Did something happen? Oh no, we weren't sure if you'd still be here. We've been here the whole time. That's good. The time's getting closer. He said that Edina covered in blood was here too. Yeah, she and the girl. The two dead bodies had disappeared. For a second, I thought they'd been alive the whole time, but that couldn't be it. Wait, is that it? Could it be that they were genuinely brought back to life? But no. If another version of me existed, it must be something completely different. If that really wasn't you, then I'm really confused. According to him, that girl had been with us the entire day since this morning. There was absolutely fucking nobody in the attic or anywhere. Really? Sai came from the stairs and entered the storeroom, or well, I considered how strange that assertion was. Had he simply failed to find the others? Two different versions of Atsuki, the other Edina, and her too. They all should have been there. Something else still didn't make sense either. The elevator had been used 2 more times after the 4th. Who knew it used it the first 4 times, and that everyone who should have been on the crystal floor was present, so who had taken the final 2 trips and gone above us? The door hasn't been opened again. Where's the Sekimeiya? In the cabinet. In the cabinet. Akira, don't you understand that their friend could be here? She could have taken it already. Hey, I did what you said. Offended, Sai hurried to the event room. Akira explained to us what happened. That wasn't me, and we don't want to take it out of here again. What did he say? The both of them were sleeping in the attic and found the Sekimeiya there. Then they came down, searching through every floor until we saw them. Is that what we're supposed to believe? That the people who had the key to the cabinet conveniently found it where they were, and that instead of hurrying to bring it back, they looked through the entire building with it? That's what happened. Did you really not find anyone? Aren't you the one who says I took the elevator up? Yeah, I'm the only person though, so I couldn't really search optimally. But it was possible there was nobody to find if 3 people who should have been there merely travelled with the Sekimeiya, which again, you happen to have. I don't exactly know what happened, so what is it you're accusing me of? I'm accusing you of trying to execute a plan that might involve getting the Sekimeiya out of this tower, of lying openly, and of working with the girl you know who didn't get trapped with us. I'm sorry, but I really can't take you seriously. I woke up a few minutes ago and I have no idea what any of this is about. Since Akira is backing you up, I guess it's true that the 2 missing bodies reappeared, but it seems they're gone again, right? Edina is with Isla 2 rooms over, and she looks totally okay. Also, I already said that I don't want to take the Sekimeiya out of here again. Sai approached Asuki and touched his sleeves. It was working again, huh? Your shirt is burning. But we didn't activate it, and we never will. However, if it is true that I was here and said things that didn't make sense, you're right. I know that girl Shiroya. She's an old friend of mine who died 2 weeks ago. I don't have any idea why she was here today, or how that's possible. You just said that the storeroom door hadn't opened again, and the elevator was used 2 times, right? If it's true that they were here, they must still be, and I can guarantee it because we had the Sekimeiya and didn't use it. So we have to go find them. You were just one person looking around, so they could have dodged you. All of us together can find them. Then we'll work out exactly what happened. Let's go. Are you fucking serious? Now I'm sure you're spewing an immense amount of bullshit out of that idiotic mouth of yours. I don't care how you did it, but you're right. They have to be here because the elevator was used again. I don't care if they travelled to the past or if they just avoided me. I had a theory ready that entailed Shiroya waiting for the elevator sound on the 2nd floor and activating the Sekimeiya so that you'd all travel. After all, what's most strange is that the Sekimeiya was on the 2nd floor, right after you took the elevator up. With all the waiting, you probably had a somewhat thought out plan already. However, it hardly matters. What matters is that you're not getting the chance to take the Sekimeiya out again. Did you think we'd all just go looking now? You're not moving from here. And how will you enforce that? Don't you think Akira easily could? Neither of you are leaving this room. Give me the keys too. I handed him the keyring, feigning a defeated face. Whatever the fuck you had planned with that girl won't happen as long as we stay here. Sai moved to hallway A and went to the storeroom. It seems she didn't take the sole chance she had to escape. I'm not letting the storeroom out of my sight again, so the police will definitely catch this person who's supposedly dead. At least one of them must be here, between Shiroya and Edina. However, it's probably both, and they're not going to show themselves. The best thing is that there's no need to search for them. The Sekimeiya is shut in here, so they can't activate it to escape. The storeroom is out of the question too. They're basically trapped. It's currently 7:32. There's no need to search for them, but don't worry. They'll be found as soon as the police enter the building. If you really do want that, you're not opposed, right? I still think we should find them because I want to understand what happened. If we find them, you'll believe all that I'm saying. I see. Then we'll go ahead and believe it after 9 o'clock, when 2 versions of you are found. If that's what you want, I'm fine with that too. I suppose we can wait here. There's not much time left. Precisely. I think that's for the best too. It appeared to have been settled. After a few minutes, I was the first to sit on the floor, leaning on the dirty wall. Everyone in the room was silently on alert. Eventually, Sai's taunting attitude receded, and he started to look doubtful. However, 9 o'clock kept approaching at a steady pace, and nobody seemed against it. I wanted to get rid of the note in my purse, but I couldn't go to the bathroom to flush it away. When no one was looking at me, I stuffed it inside one of my shoes. The police would probably search us after we left, so my purse wasn't a good place to hide it. Katai left the security room, and was told that we were waiting together. For the last stretch of the day, he entered the dim room with us to maintain our protection of the Sekimeiya. No matter what the truth had been, our shared distrust was palpable. Anyone could have been lying the entire day. Perhaps after the police entered, we'd eventually learn all about what the people we'd gotten trapped with had done. I didn't think any good could come of it. After all, there was a killer in the room. Mia and Atsuki had been told by another Atsuki that as long as they stayed on the crystal floor, everything should turn out fine. The mystery behind the people who had gone to the attic, nobody could be certain of what had happened to them. Were they still in the tower? Or had Sai failed to find them because they'd vanished? It was possible that they were waiting near the event room. If that was the case, they would be found by the police. A few of the people in the room had similar thoughts. Should the less suspicious among them look for the others while everyone else waited in the event room? Given the amount of time left, it sounded risky and unnecessary. But Mia kept thinking about one thing. Oh, here we go. Time for a save.